Shalom. Before I begin this video, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Rahawah Kagwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. They continue to rule very well to this very day. And Shalom to the whole elect that's continually plowing in this work, giving diligence to make your calling election sure, in faith, true sincerity, and all charity. Now, topic of this video is going to be entitled Esau's Craftiness Exposed, in which this is one of the things that we consistently speak about, in which first and foremost, just to set the record straight concerning Esau, which is the progenitor of the nation of Edom, in which that's the true biblical nationality of the so-called white man. All right, even though they try to escape from that nationality for so long, they try to take on other nationalities, but they can't escape who they really are. After they've been running for so long, now it's revealed, who they are. Now it's revealed that they are, in fact, the nation of Edom, in which the nation of Edom plays a big part in prophecy, which really concerns the end. All right, but his craftiness is being exposed, man, because now you're starting to see a lot of things happen, concerning the economy. The economy is is on the brink of collapse. You see war on the horizon. All right, and really, the focus, as far as politics goes, now the focus is on Trump. What moves he's making, in which, in actuality, Donald J. Trump is nothing but a puppet to the elites of the so-called white man, which the elites are the banking families, are basically the families that you never really hear about. The Rothschilds, that's at the top of the families, the banking families. You have the Rockefeller family. You got the Gettysburg family, Oppenheimer family. These are the people that you never hear about in the news. All right, why? Because they own the whole entire world, man. So of course they have control over the media and what's being pushed out. So that's why you see so much huff and fluff on the news. Things that are not really worth the time examining. This and that. What celebrities are doing, or things that really don't concern what's going on around the world. Because even if you try to go and look up, current events around the world, they're only going to show you kids probably starving or whatever. Anything, man, anything to take off the attention, or to take the attention off the momentum of war. Now you got the America ready to pull out of the nuclear treaty that they have with Russia, in which NATO made a statement, which is reported by RT, that they don't want. Basically, they don't want, in a roundabout way, they said they don't want another Cold War to start, in which the Cold War has always been around, man. It's never really ended. All right, I forgot who made the statement on that, but it was a statement that was made that the Cold War, actually it was Putin that made that statement. All right, Putin made a statement that the Cold War never ended. So those old wounds between America and Russia are still there. So of course it's going to be a momentum of war being ramped up. And really this is also in the plans of the elites, because the elites have control over everything. All right, or should I say so-called elites. They have control over everything. They try to make different moves, and like I mentioned before, Trump is nothing but a puppet. They have control over the politics. So when you see the momentum of war being ramped up, really the Lord, who these people in Israel call Jesus and God, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, and the Son's name Yahweh Shai. Really, the Lord is the one that is put it in the hearts of these devils, in which they are the devils that the Bible speaks of, by the way, contrary to popular belief. The Lord's putting it in the minds of these devils to further the momentum of war, the momentum of economic collapse, in which they think that it's in their benefit, because it's been a long history of the so-called white man benefiting from world wars, all right, or any type of war, all right. Case in point, the occurrence when with Jonathan Rothschild, during the time of the, if I'm not mistaken, it was called the British-French Wars, or French-British Wars, if I'm not mistaken. But it's between Britain and the French, all right. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Try to, I don't have my notes on me right now, but if I'm not mistaken, it was Napoleon that was heading the French, and I forgot who was heading over the British army. But just to make a long story short, basically Jonathan Rothschild had a private messenger to go out and to report on the outcome of the war, so he can benefit off the outcome. And the messenger got back to him before the military messenger came with the message that they won the war, so that Jonathan Rothschild can take advantage of the stock market. All right. And so when that happened, when his messenger got back to him, he basically bought out everything. All right. Which is at a cheap price. And then he took it and he sold it. All right. As soon as the other messenger from the military came back and relayed the message, and he made a profit out of what he bought. All right. So it's nothing new, even concerning today. It's nothing new. It's always been the same thing concerning war. Because really war is a money-making machine. All right. The so-called elites benefit from it. All right, and which this next coming war, they're gonna think to try to benefit off of this next coming war, in which they're gonna end up destroying themselves, because they don't realize that the Lord is using this last war, which is the war that's known as the war to end all wars, to completely decimate the system that Esau set up, because this man is self-destructive. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the scriptures. This is the book of I just had it. This is the book of Job, the 20th chapter, and I'm gonna start at the 5th verse. It says, actually, I'm start at verse 4. It's lucky. It says, "Knowest thou not of this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he?" Because there's going to come a point in time to where, at least they have the whole world in their hands, in which that's going to be brought about by the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, which is being implemented to this very day, man. All right, it's being is gaining more and more momentum. Is actually is widespread right now. All right, and you got these guys that say that, oh, the mark of the beast is not the microchip. Is Christianity, is doctrine. Then why in the world is the microchip being implemented in everyday lives now across the world? Because really the mark of the beast, which is the microchip, is used to control the people. All right. Because not only are these so-called elites is going to try to benefit from the next coming war, but at the same time, they're going to execute the mark of the beast implementation or the mark of the beast being mandated to control the lives of the people, which that's trying to reach that's their New World Order agenda, to have complete control over the whole entire planet Earth. And I mean complete 100% control, in which they're trying to be gods. But they don't understand that the Lord has set up a countermeasure to what they're trying to achieve. All right. So once again, in verse 6 it says, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, which they're steadily doing that day by day. It says, and his head reaching to the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? All right. It says, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more. Neither shall his place any more behold him. And actually, let me see if I can go down a little bit. Now, starting at verse 12, it says, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, in which that's the thing, because these so-called elites have been hiding so much stuff for numerous amounts of years, and now it's being exposed. All right. Reading on, it says, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of asps within him. All right. And the Lord has always compared these devils to asps. All right. Which is asps, I believe it's asps or the death adder, if I'm not mistaken. Those are the two most poisonous snakes on the planet Earth. All right. Now, verse 16 says, he shall suck the poison of asps, the viper's tongue shall slay him. All right, so he's going to be taken by his own devices that he made. All right. That's what the scripture is going into. Verse 17, it says, he shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. He's not going to be able to achieve what he has set forth to get. He's not going to achieve his dual order, even though he's going to get a little small preview of what it is, when everything falls through, when all hell breaks loose and the mark of the beast is fully implemented. He's going to get a preview of it, but at the same time, right when he's about to fulfill his agenda and what he set out to do, the Lord is going to intervene, and he's going to destroy the so-called white man and his rulership. All right. Now, verse 18 says, that which he labor for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. All right, because all the riches that he got, all the gold, because they have a numerous amounts of wealth with them. Because really, this paper money is just play money, man. The FRNs that you see, the Federal Reserve notes, the greenbacks, the dollar bills, that's just play money, man. It's nothing compared to what these elites actually have. They actually have gold and silver. They have substance. All right, but guess what? According to what they have, they're gonna pay all that back. All right, that's gonna be their reparations. All right. Now, let's see, Slocky. It says, verse 19, it says, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. And the so-called white man is known for that. He's known for taking stuff that doesn't belong to him. All right. And making a profit in Slocky. I mean, that's really what it boils down to, making a profit off of it. All right. And seek to achieve some sort of gain from what he has stolen. Now, verse 20 says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not savor that which he desireth. Because right now he's not feeling quiet in his belly. You know why? Because we've been prophesying about his downfall. We've been prophesying about this next coming war being a war to end all wars and to end the kingdom of Esau. So he's not feeling quietness right now. All right. It says he shall not save of that which he desires. See, that what he desires is his new world order, to have complete control over the planet Earth and to set himself up as God, which he's not going to be able to do. All right. And verse 21 said, there shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, and this is the point, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And that word wicked right there is talking about laborers, all right, slaves. And the ones that he had put under slavery and servitude is who? The Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. So our people are going to be looking to get them. All right. They're going to be looking to lay hands on them and to put this man at an end. All right. So right now he's in the fullness of his sufficiency, but guess what? He's in straits right now. All right. Which straits means a place of difficulty. All right. Verse 23 says, when he is about to fill his belly, right? When I mentioned before, when he gets a small preview of his New World Order agenda, right? When he's about to fulfill it, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Okay. Verse 24 says, he shall flee from the iron weapon and the bow of steel shall strike him through, because the so-called white man is going to escape. What I mean by the so-called white man, I mean the elites of the so-called white man, the elites of Esau. They're going to escape from the iron weapon, but guess what? It says, and the bow of steel shall strike them through. All right. Because they have these bunkers, these hideaways that they can go to for refuge. So at the end of the ordeal, you know, these elites think that at the end of it, they're going to come out of these bunkers or wherever they're hiding and still partake in their New World Order agenda and to still have dominion over the planet Earth. But what they don't understand is that even though they think they're going to hide in the shadows and have his own nation, Edomites, you know, destroy each other while he's getting rich, he's going to come out at the end of it and basically to still have dominion and rulership over the planet Earth afterwards. But this is what's going to happen. Let me see if I can go to it. Amos 9:2. All right. It's Amos the 9th chapter, and started the first verse. Says, I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door, that the post may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them, and I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. All right. So even though they try to escape this coming destruction, they're not going to be able to run from the judgment. Why? Because read on in verse 2, it says, though they dig into hell, thence shall my hand take them. Oh, and by the way, you know, just a footnote. How can a person dig into hell if you go there when you die? It doesn't make sense. All right. So though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, which is a mountain, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. All right. So there you go, man. So even though they try to run and hide and go into the bunkers and their hideaway places to escape the destruction, the thermonuclear destruction, guess what? The Most High, all right, Yahushua, and the elect are going to be there waiting on them to come out. And then after that point, he's going to be a part of the first crop of slaves to go into slavery, into servitude. Because Revelations 13 and 10 has to be fulfilled. All right, they have to go into captivity. They have to go into slavery. They have to go through the harsh treatment and servitude that we did. But guess what? It's going to be doubled. All right, they're going to really see how it is to work, how it is to have no choice but to get your hands dirty. And they are going to get their hands dirty. All right, they're going to see exactly how it is to work to the sweat of your brow and to continually work and not have a say so. All right, but that's pretty much it on this video, in this lesson. Lord's will, this was edifying to the body of Yahweh Shemi Shai, to the hopeful elect. And until next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shemi Shai, Rahawah Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that continually rule very well to this very day. Shalom, peace and safety. Salutations to the hopeful elect that's still plowing in his work, giving diligence to make your calling election sure in faith, true sincerity, and all charity. And with that, we'll go say